Hello, magical friends. This is Granny Maggie from Granny Magic with a super quick moment. I would like to talk about all the questions I've been getting about working with the moon cycles. I also have a video up on YouTube that talks more about that. Yes, you commonly hear new moon, you manifest and set intentions, and you also hear full moon release. But then newbies especially see a lot of conflicting information because that's a massive oversimplification. And if you don't take the time to do some research, get some good books, do some reading on what it is that you're doing, you may be confused. With the new moon, the night before the new moon is called the dark moon. And that's when the moonlight does not reach us. And then that's the night where we kind of finish a cycle and we really do a deep release to prepare for the new moon. And the first sliver of moonlight that shows, that's the night of the new moon. And from that very moment on, the moon is waxing every day. We're getting more and more moonlight, and we feel the energy more strongly of the moon. So that entire period of time is a time of manifesting intentions. And it's not one day, it's that whole waxing moon period where you're working your magic. Then we're coming up to the full moon. All the way up as the moon waxes, the night of the full moon, the moon is at its very largest. Its power is at its very strongest. And we manifest the hell out of that part of the full moon. It's the climax to what you've been doing all along. Then you reflect on how things have gone over that period, and you think about the things you want to release. The moment the full moon starts to ebb, it reaches its climax for a short time, and then it begins to wane again. And that's the part of the full moon that people are talking about, that you begin to release things. Begin to release things. Over the next couple of weeks, that whole time is the waning moon. That entire time, the moon energy is shrinking and ebbing, and the moon is waning. For that entire time, you can continue to release things, banish things. It's a time of reflection, of releasing, of letting go. So there's a way of working with the lunar cycle. It's not a simple formula. And you have to understand that cycle so that you understand what people mean when they say, oh, full moon, what are you manifesting? And what are you releasing this full moon? You have to understand the cycle. And you can work that energy that whole period. So I hope that clears up misunderstandings. I've already had to block a newbie witch who wanted to argue the hell with me over my understanding of how the moon cycles work. Because obviously she had done no research and read no book, but she'd seen a bunch of memes and thought she understood the whole thing. Please don't be that newbie witch. Please understand the entire cycle and what the memes are telling you and what they mean, or you're really going to be missing out. So this is Granny Maggie from Granny Magic, wishing you a fabulous full moon. I hope you manifested as that moon increased. And now that it's probably beginning to wane by the time you read this, I hope you begin your releases. Many blessings.